Hello everyone, it's Seth, probably better known as Saffron Olive, and it's time for another edition, our first Spider-Man / Through the Omen Path edition of Budget Magic, and we have an interesting one this week. We're playing some $60 15 rare budget. Is it Hobgoblin or Ferric discard? And I love the idea of this deck. This deck, it reminds me of one of my favorite decks right after Aether Drift release, like a year ago. And that was this like Captain Howler, Monument of Endurance, play these discard payoffs, discard a bunch of cards, you draw a ton of cards. It's just a super fun archetype. And we got a huge new addition for this deck in Ferric Havoc Duel, or on paper, Hobgoblin something or another. But this card is exactly what the deck is missing. So let's talk about the deck, what it's trying to do, jump into some games, see the deck in action. So the idea of this deck is pretty simple. We have a ton of cards that want us to discard cards. Marauding Mako gets a counter. Scourging Skyray gets a counter. Captain Howler pumps something, lets us draw a bunch of cards. So we have all these payoffs for discarding cards. And then we got a huge new one in Ferric or Hobgoblin. And this card is exactly what the deck is missing. It's a 2-mana 1/2 with flying and haste that when we discard a card, it gets +2/+0 until end of turn. And this just adds a new dynamic to the deck. So in some ways, it's similar to a Scrounging Skyray, Marauding Mako is a creature that gets big when you discard cards. But the difference with Ferric or Hobgoblin is that this only gets buffed for the turn, which is a downside, but it gets +2/+0, which is a huge upside. But the big upside is haste. With Ferric, we can deal a ton of damage by surprise. Like, we can play a Ferric, and then we can follow it up with a Brass's Tunnel Grinder, discard our entire hand, pump this by like 10 or 12 power, and hopefully just one-shot kill our opponent on this spot. So Ferric's haste really changes the equation by giving us this threat that can deal a huge amount of damage out of nowhere. We also get to play with my favorite Aether Drift card, which is Monument to Endurance, which sometimes it's tough to get on the battlefield, especially on the draw against aggro. But if we can get this down, every time we discard a card, we get to either draw or make a treasure or drain our opponent. So it just does everything we want. It keeps us turning through our deck. It makes mana. It can drain our opponent out of the game. So that's basically the goal of the deck. The other piece of the deck is just ways to discard cards. And one of the cool parts about this deck is a lot of the ways to discard cards are also a removal. We get Broadside Barrage, Glacial Dragonhut. They get to deal damage to a creature and let us discard a card. Grease Wrench Goblin, another 1-drop, we can exhaust it to discard 2 and draw 2. Hearth Elemental and Brass's Tunnel Grinder are most combo-y discard spells. So these are the cards that really combo with Ferric or Hobgoblin because they let us discard our entire hand at once. So if we have a Ferric, we can Hearth Elemental, discard our hand, draw 2. Brass's Tunnel Grinder, discard our hand, draw that many +1. So this is a way that we can just trigger Ferric a bunch of times. So the dream of this deck is something like turn 1, we Marauding Mako. Turn 2, maybe we play a Ferric. Turn 3, we play a Brass's Tunnel Grinder, discard our entire hand. Next thing you know, the Marauding Mako goes an 8/8. Our Ferric is hitting for like 15 in the air, and we just win the game super quickly. So let's see how good this plan actually is. Does Ferric or Hobgoblin make Is It Discard an actual thing on a budget? Let's find out. Thanks for watching, everyone. I hope you enjoy it, and I'll be back in a bit for the wrap-up. Need some magic cards? Well, you can snag them from our sponsor, Card Kingdom, over at cardkingdom.com/mtggoldfish. Want to help out the channel? Well, you can snag these super sweet new dice, playmats, tokens, and more over at mtggoldfishmerch.com. Budget magic time. We are playing some Is It Discard in Spider-Man Standard, or Through the Omen Path Standard. We got a new Hobgoblin, which seems pretty good in the deck. This hand, we're gonna keep it. It seems fine enough. We could use some more ways to discard cards. We have plenty of payoffs for discarding, but we don't have any. I mean, I guess we could cycle a Mako, but Bonnet Mountain and a Skittering Kitten. Sure, we're gonna take one down to 19. Another Dragon Hunt. Well, let's get down the Mako. Thing is, we probably look a little bit right now like we're playing the Cauldron deck, which we definitely are not. We're not one of those dirty Cauldron players today. But turn 1 Spire Bluff into Mako kind of makes it look that way. Once the Skyray comes down, then our opponent will know what's up. You can sack to discard a card. It's essentially, oh man, what's the vampire? It was played in Dredge. It was basically the same. I think it was exactly the same ability. Opponent going to discard a... Oh, it's a Mayhem deck. I see. Mayhem, gonna get back the kitten. Bonnet, gonna get in with the kitten. We are not going to block this turn. It's gonna sack us. See, this is kind of the problem I see with this. Like, yes, you get it back, but then it just has to sack itself anyway once it attacks. So it gets in some, it's like very aggro. It gets in some, this is what, Carnage in Spider-Man? It gets in, man, it's gonna be clunky trying to go through these names, but it gets in some damage, which is nice, but it's not really a real boy. It's kind of like a fake creature in a weird way, if that makes sense. Opponent trying to decide if they want to discard something to the kitten before it sacrifices itself. And then we're probably just going to have to untap and kill. All right, discards a Mayhem thing, draws a card. We draw an island. Well, let's play the island. And I think, yeah, we have to just kill this. Glacial Dragon Hunt. Discard a Glacial Dragon Hunt. Snipe that thing, get a counter. And get it and hit you. I mean, we got 2 monuments in hand if we can get them down. Could still use more ways to discard cards to trigger the monuments. Man, I love Monument Endurance, probably my favorite Ether Drift card. Definitely on the short list of my favorite Ether Drift cards. I love Monument Endurance. It's such a cool design. Bound it. Tap land. Well, I mean, we're gonna play land, and we are going to hit you with a shark. And get down a monument to endurance and pass turn. Opponent. Play another monument. Play the lighthouse. Pass the turn. We're gonna have to take our beats. We could really use a looting effect. All right, so this thing, you got to discard a card on your upkeep. Oh, it's another one of those. Okay, awkward. So I can play that for 2 mana. Get back the kitten again. I mean, these Mayhem cards do add a lot of stats to the battlefield. They are just kind of big. If we don't draw something synergistic, we are probably going to be in trouble. Going to legend rule themselves. Wait, this does not get around the legend rule, right? Wait. All right, opponent learning about the legend rule, I see. Just a little learning about the legend rule. And then hey, it's Fleam. Fleam! It's the backside of Fleam, but it's a Fleam. Opponent going to get in for 5, sure. All right, how about a way to discard some card stack? All right, Broadside Barrage is that's not the worst. That's actually pretty good. So we can Broadside Barrage, kill this thing. Let's discard a Sky Ray. Trigger the monuments to draw a card, make a treasure, grow the shark. And then we can play the land, Glacial Dragon Hunt. Yeah, I mean, I guess it's the Sky Ray again. Snipe the Desecrax. Make a treasure. Draw a card. I mean, that was not a bad turn. That was not a bad turn, considering how much power our opponent added to the battlefield. The fact that we were able to deal with that was pretty nice. Now our opponent does get to get in with the Gobin. They do get to loot, or connive, rather. Man, I would love to find Brass's Tunnel Grinder. That would be so good. Let's see what big thing they have to Mayhem this time. So it seems like with these Mayhem decks... Ooh, all right, Bernhilder, so not Mayheming. It seems like with these Mayhem decks, the easiest way to deal with this is going to be just to keep killing the discard outlets, maybe. Man, we are drawing not much. Well, all right, Glacial Dragon Hunt. Discard. I'm sorry, Hobgoblin. But we need to discard a non-land. We're going to draw a card. We are going to draw a card. Kill the Gobin. Okay, those were some better draws. And what is the second mode on this? Each player discards a card. Each player doesn't lose us 2 life. Okay, that's fine. We'll just pass. We actually are kind of okay with this. We would actually love to discard a card here, Bonnet. Thank you. The house grows hungry. We appreciate you, friend. We were hoping to trigger these monuments, and you have helped us. We're going to discard a Spirebluff Canal. And I think we just go double treasure, because then double treasure lets us Broadside Barrage to kill whatever our opponent plays, which is going to be this 5/4. And then we can draw cards. Wow, that worked out so good. So kill the goblins, draw a card, discard a land. Wow, this is actually working. Now we get to draw 2 cards. And now we might actually finally be able to get some... Ooh, Hearth Elemental. Well, let's play Hobgoblin. Let's play Sky Ray. Let's play Grease Wrench Goblin. Play a land. And yeah, Stroke of Genius. Discard the last two. Draw a couple. Get some triggers. We're going to go treasure. All right, so treasure draw. Treasure draw. So grow the dorks. The Mako's actually not bad. The Mako's actually not bad. We can cycle the Mako instant speed. Opponent untaps. Can get rid of our graveyard, not that it really matters. And this is kind of how we drew it up. I kind of surprised. Our opponents looked... their draws look very impressive. They had some big stuff going super quick. Apparently our low budget discard deck doesn't really care about Mayhem. Our opponent also has way less lands, which is kind of weird because they've drawn and discarded a lot. I don't know if they're mana screwed or playing a very land light deck. Wow, opponent scoops it up and all right, that went pretty well. I am honestly surprised with how fast of a start that was. Turn 1 Kitten, turn 2 Carnage or Desecrax to get back the Kitten, and didn't matter. Well, sweet. Better than Fleam. Let's keep doing that. Well, I mean, we're going to keep this. We're on the draw, sadly, but turn 1 Shark, turn 2, hope we draw something, turn 3 Monument maybe. See what our dear opponent's up to. Opponent swamp and passes. Well, land, and let's play a Mako. Pass the turn. It's not what you think. It's not what you think. We're not Cauldron players. Opponent. Starting down, sure. Quint's Insight. So the beginning of your upkeep, you get to loot. When you play something from anywhere but your hand, we take a damage. Opponent. So this could be what? Reanimator, maybe? Opponent. Gonna get down a mountain. And, okay, definitely Mayhem. There's a 5/4. Well, let's play a land and get down the Monument, sadly. Not the fastest start I've ever seen. All right, opponent's popping off. Ruzik. Booed but victorious. Gonna discard, make a treasure. Discards. All right, well, at least they're not discarding Mayhem cards immediately. This is still a 5/4, which is still big. Discards a Shark. Interesting. Sharks everywhere. Well, we need to find some removal for the... Oh, man. What a fast start, opponent. Gets down to Desecrax, gets back the Shark, gets in for 5. Yeah, this is looking a little sketchy on the draw. I will admit, opponent hits us down to 15. Yeah, that's not good. We draw another land. Well, we are going to... play Brass's Tunnel Grinder. We are going to discard literally our entire hand. Discard them all. Draw a bunch more. So we are going to get every mode. So draw a card. Make you lose 3. Make a treasure. Man, I wish we had an untap land. This Lighthouse. Oh, budget mana. Or we could have cast a removal spell. Do we want to play? Yeah, let's play another Mako. I think we need to play another Mako off the treasure. Get down another Mako. And pass third about it. Gets to do their thing. If they can kill the big Mako, then things become a little sketchy. Otherwise, the big Mako can hopefully play defense for a turn. Yeah, I really wish if we had... Man, maybe we should have held on to a land. Maybe it was too greedy to just... I assumed with drawing 6 cards, you gotta assume you're gonna hit an untap land, but we hit 2 Peculiar Lighthouses, and that actually really hurt. There's a bitter triumph, yeah. One thing I always say about budget decks is most of the time budget mana doesn't matter, but then every once in a while it matters, and when it does matter, it really matters. We still might be able to get out from this though, because we get to Glacial Dragon Hunt. Draw, discard. I think we got to pitch the Sky Ray, sadly. Kill that thing. And draw a card. Ooh, Captain Howler. Interesting. And then let's play an island. I think we want to stop on our opponent's upkeep. I think what we want to do is we want to force our opponent to discard. We want to force our opponent to discard, and then we want a Broadside Barrage to kill Ruzik. And then we will Broadside Barrage. Wow, are we going to overcome? Kill it. Discard the Howler for now. draw a card. This also means I don't have anything to discard to the Quince Insight. Oh, that was bit. Oh, wait, it's the first main phase, so I still get to discard. Found it. Skittering Kitten. Sure. Gonna get in and hit us. Down to 6. Let's play the land. Do we just kill the kitten? That sounds so wrong, but I think so. Yeah, let's just kill the kitten. The Hearth Elemental. Snipe you. Draw a card. Okay, there's... Okay, we get to flip, so now we get Cascade. We found the Cam and Ferric. We found the Hobgoblin. Opponent, what did they find? Opponent passes. Okay, so let's do it this way. 1, 2, 3. Monument to Endurance. Trigger, Cascade, into a Sky Ray. Play a land. Play a Grease Wrench Goblin. Pass the turd, and I think we might be set up for the win next turn if we don't die here. Opponent, Quince Insight. Gonna do a little rummaging. Discards a land, draws a card. All right, let's exhaust this Grease Wrench Goblin. You can kill it if you want, but the trigger is on the stack. Opponent, Burst Lightning's our face. Okay, so we need to win the game. Well, discard 2 cards. We will make you lose 3, make you lose, and draw a card. Make you lose 3, draw a card. We should be able to just win here, right? We draw a land, drain ya. So let's play the Hobgoblin. Cascade, I think, into Grease Wrench. Oh, another one. All right, so we'll put it in hand. That's fine. Play a second Grease Wrench. Activate it. Discard. Draw a couple cards. Give some triggers. Drain ya. Hobgoblin. I don't even know if we need the Hobgoblin, actually. Drain ya. It's working. We got the GGs. Trigger everything. Pump the Hobgoblin. And, wow, this deck's working. It's working. Hit ya. What an impressive win. Man. Well, one thing I've learned so far is apparently people like the idea of the Mayhem deck because we played it twice in a row, but we beat it twice in a row with a $60 15 rare is a discard. The Hobgoblin's sweet. The Hobgoblin really adds a different dimension to this archetype, right? So before, we had things, excuse me, like the Sky Ray that would grow as we discarded cards, but none of them have haste. This comes down with haste, and it's almost like discard Kiln Fiend. Like, there's a world where we play this into a Brass's Tunnel Grinder, and it ends up hitting for like 12 or 13 or something insane, all in one turn out of by surprise for like 5 mana. So that is the power of Cam and Ferric, probably better known as Hobgoblin. But yeah, let's keep doing that. Yeah, sound seems fine. Bunch of baby sharks. Got the monument. I guess Grease Wrench kind of gives us a way to discard some cards. Let's see what our opponent's up to. Anything but Mayhem. Oh, spiders. Okay. Cavernon Spider. Yes. Let's see what all these spiders are about. Oh, this deck should be hilarious, Adarita. Omen Pathos. Rinza, the Spider Crowned. Ooh. I think we just play Hobgoblin and get in and hit you with the Cam and Ferric. Opponent, starting down. Ooh, Spider. Oh, they're gonna have a lot of reach, aren't they? Oh, this is, okay. Spider Ham, probably better known as Taratuska. Opponent's gonna hit us. Well, we're gonna take it. Down to 18. There's a Captain Howler. Well, let's play the land. I think we just play Monument. I think we just play Monument and pass. Yeah, I think we pass and stay on defense. There is a world where we double block this Lord here. Maybe. We'll have to see what our opponent does. This is going to start getting counters if they attack with both. Have we met our match? We can beat the Mayhem deck. Can we beat the spiders? I would have been more scared of Mayhem than spiders, honestly, but now I'm more scared of spiders. Rhino's Rampage, okay. What? What is this card? 1 mana, fight a thing. If it deals excess, oh my god, oh, we're dead. Oh my, what an insane blowout. All right, well, that card seems good. I mean, if you're not getting blood, it is sorcery speed. So 1 mana, hybrid Gruul. +1/+0, fights a creature. If it deals excess damage to a creature opponent controls, just, man, that is a ridiculously big blowout. Well, let's play a Captain Howler. Oh, things are much less exciting without a monument. Without a monument, things are much less exciting. I mean, at least now we have a big body that can try to do some blocking. Hopefully that helps here. Opponent gonna swing with everything. Well, we're gonna block the Lord. No, you gotta be. All right, sure. Sure. What a draw for our opponent. That felt like the dream. That fight spell to blow up our monument, and then into double grow extra arms. That was just like the perfect combo of cards. That fight spell, the pump spell. Yeah, I mean, I don't know about that pump spell. It's fine, I guess, if you're playing a bunch of spiders. It's fine. It's, what is it? Titanic Growth. But if you target a spider, it costs 1 less. So if there's a spider deck that wants pump spells, it is legitimately good in that deck. The fight spell, though, is actually kind of intriguing. Like, we live in a world where there's some powerful non-creature permanents, like Agatha Soul Cauldron. Maybe a fight spell. That's like... And this is not solving the VV problem. Don't even take it this way. But it's one card that you could, in theory, fight a VV and blow up the Soul Cauldron for 1 mana, which is kind of ridiculous. You do need a big body on the battlefield. But that fight spell was really, I think, well, maybe with double grow extra arms or whatever, it would have still died. But I think if they didn't have that fight spell, we very well might have won that game. Like, we would have still had our monument. And the monument is so good in the deck that it might have played out differently, but... I mean, we're going to keep this. We're on the draw, sadly, but it's fine. Opponent, Llanowar Elves. Well, we will see your Llanowar Elves and match it with a shark pirate somehow. Marauder Mako. All right, opponent, what do we got? Botanical Sanctum number 2. Surrak Elusive Hunter. That's unfortunate. Well, we will, let's see, play an island. And I mean, this is a bummer, but I think we just have to kill the Surrak. So we're going to draw, we're going to discard a Hearth Elemental. Kill the Surrak. Grow the Mako. Guess hit you for 2. Opponent. Verge. Sentinels of the Nameless City. All right. That's a lot of good green creatures. Broadside Barrage. Well, I think we just play the land. I think we play the land and pass the turn. I feel like this could be an Abororoid deck, and if there's an Abororoid, we need to kill the Abororoid. Opponent, does this mean there's not an Abororoid? I think we let the map go. Opponent hits a land anyway, Multiversal Passage. And a Sentinels of the Nameless City. All right. Well, in that case, let's kill the first Sentinel. Discard a land. Grow the Mako. Opponent, gonna crack the map. And, ooh, all right. Oh, it's this thing. The weird birthing pod-esque creature. Well, we're gonna play a land and we're just gonna get down the Capitan, Captain Howler, Sea Scourge, and pass the turn. I mean, they do have a big Sentinels in the Nameless City, which is annoying. Into the Flood Maw, gonna bounce the Howler, gonna pay the ward. And plays a land and fires up the Sentinel. All right, opponent's just trying to go aggro. Yeah, we'll just kill the... I think we just kill the Soulstone Sanctuary. Opponent only has a single land in hand, so we get to play a land, play the Captain Howler, play the Marauding Mako, and pass the turn. We're still gonna have to find a way to deal with this Sentinel. This map makes it big enough that most of... Oh, okay, the map whiffs. I actually think we just block. I think we actually just get rid of the Sentinel. I think it's worth it. More map Kraken. Ooh, Enduring Curiosity, okay. Opponent, land. Well, we will play Grease Wrench Goblin. Play the Sky Ray. So at least if they play this Enduring Curiosity, we can do some blocking. Gonna attack with everything. Okay, so we will block here. We will block here, and we will block here. We're gonna, I think we just kill them all. All right, opponent lets it go. Opponent, land, passes. Well, that's actually interesting. Play the Peculiar Lighthouse. Hearth Elemental. Draw 2. And then play the Hearth Elemental. Guess chip in for 1. Found it. Flashes in Enduring Curiosity. But the Hearth Elemental is big enough to block, in theory. Found it. Land. Passes. Oh, that's huge. That's huge. That's huge. So now we get to play the Mako. Play the Mako. Brass's Tunnel Grinder. Discard the land, draw a couple cards. Ew, 2 lands. But we get to grow our stuff, Do we just pass? Yeah, I think we just pass, actually. I think we just get in with the Sky Ray, hit you for 2 and pass. Without a non-land in our hand, Glacial Dragon Hunt's kind of risky, because it requires tapping the Hearth Elemental. Opponent, another Sentinel. Cracks. Surak on top, goes attacking. Well, we will kill your Enduring Curiosity. Oh, there's a Monument. All right, Monument to Endurance. Play a land. Discard the Mako. Discard a land. I think we draw. I think we draw here. Draw a card. Oh, even more lands. Well, hit you. Down to 10. Oh, okay. We need one more way to draw a discard. We need one more way. Opponent gets to get in. They get to draw a card. They get a Surrogate in. They get us down to 13. They draw with Enduring Curiosity. Can we draw a way to discard some cards? Opponent gonna crack the map. See what's on top. There's a Bororoid. There's a Surak. And a land. Oh my goodness, we're running so poorly. That's 5 lands in a row. Get in and hit ya. Pass the turn. Oh no, Magic Gods. Well, there's a Bororoid. Opponent gonna put some counters on the dorks, gonna go attack and make a map. I think we block. So you only draw 1. We need a way to discard a card. For this Sky Ray to win us the game. Opponent cracks a map. I mean, it comes down to this. We've drawn 1,000,000 lands in a row. Can we hit? A way to discard a card. Oh my! That was like 8 lands in a row, I think. Well, that does it. If we hit any way to discard a card, Monument drains for 3, this grows to 4, and we just win the game, but we whiff for 3 turns in a row. I will say I think that was actually just variance. If you go back and look at the last cards we drew, it was a ridiculously unfortunate pocket of lands in a row, but that's magic. Is it Hobgoblin discard? And I mean, this hand seems fine. We got some removal, got some discard, got a Monument, and a Sky Ray. Secluded Courtyard on Spider. All right. And a Rinza. Well, let's play the land and play the... Yeah, I think we play the Sky Ray. It's a little greedy, but our removal gets better once we have our discard payoffs on the battlefield, since it lets us loot. Opponent, Inspiring Vantage. And Sheltered by Goose. All right, that is annoying. Well, let's Spire Bluff Canal, Monument to Endurance. In theory, we can kill this next turn once we can pay the ward. If our opponent has another Sheltered by Goose, all right, Fate Weaver. And make a Spider token. Okay, opponent gets and hits us. Well, let's play the Mountain. Let's Glacial Dragon Hunt. Discard a Grease Wrench Goblin. Kill the Rinza. Draw a card. And pay the ward. Get back our Sky Ray. So what's the next mode on this? Put a +1/+1 on target creature you control becomes a legendary spider hero. And then target creature gets double strike. All right, they grow the Spider token. Opponent. Another Fate Weaver. And another Sheltered by Ghosts. All right, opponent's all about killing that Sky Ray. Opponent gonna get in for 5. We drop to 11. I mean, we do get to do the same thing. Land on Spider. Well, Glacial Dragon Hunt. Discard a Sky Ray. Kill the Spider token. Draw a card. Well, there's Hobgoblin. Alright, so opponent can give something double strike. Gonna be a Fate Weaver. Opponent. Combat. Well, we will kill the one that we can kill. We drop to 9. Opponent's got 2 cards in hand. One is Makiti Atiri. And then we're going to sack it. Okay, what are they tutoring up here? So our stuff enters tapped now. Kind of annoying. Oh, it's the web slinger thing. How do we do this? Let's play a Mako. Play a Mako. It's going to be tapped. And broadside barrage. Kill that. Draw a card. Discard a card. We're going to pitch, I think, the Sky Ray. So this means our opponent doesn't have another Mako. Well, let's play the land, play the Mako. This means our opponent doesn't have anything to in-web off of, or web sling. Oh, wow! Okay, opponent. Well, we actually are just going to kill it. So they still don't have anything to web sling off of. I don't think our opponent should have attacked. Well, I guess they had to attack to get it tapped. Now they can just play this, but then we can just kill it again and grow the Mako. Well, let's play Hobgoblin. Kamen Ferric. Broadside Barrage. Kill that Spider-Man. We will discard Brass's Tunnel Grinder. Draw with Monument. Grow our dorks. Hit you for 6. Play the land, pass the turn. Opponent passes. Ooh, Hearth Elemental. Well, we're gonna play Captain Howler. We're gonna Hearth Elemental. Discard the Monument, sadly, but we get to draw 2. And then we get to draw with the Monument. Then we get to trigger the Captain Howler a few times. Smack you a bunch down to 13, draw a card. We've turned the corner. I guess we just play the tap land. Play the Spire Buff, pass the turn. About it, down to 13. All right, opponent. Kara's. The Swarm is 1. Are we hasting? I mean, I think we should be able to win this turn, most likely. Sheltered by Ghost, okay. Gonna get rid of the Monument. Can we still win? Well, let's Stroke of Genius. Discard the hand, draw 2. Get a few triggers. Grow the Hobgoblin. Combat. Hobgoblin. Yes! I mean, that is the power of Kamen Ferric in the deck. That is exactly how we drew it up. It is good to see it paying off. I mean, that was pretty impressive. Kamen Ferric. It's just so much damage out of nowhere. Like, it looks so tiny and innocent. If it wasn't legendary, it'd be even better. But even as a legend, in this deck especially, we know it's just discard it to one of our looting effects. But yeah, 13 in the air. Pretty good. Oh, opponent starting town. Well, all right. Let's get this. Yeah, let's just get the Peculiar Lighthouse out of our hand. I think this is, if you got to play a tapped common land for budget purposes, I think this is the best one in Standard just because it is going to come into play untapped in the late game some percentage of the time. Cavernous Spider in a Herd Heirloom. I'll play a Mountain. Let's play a Grease Wrench Goblin. Let's play a Mako. Pass the turn. So, some sort of spider deck. Could be Cosmic Spider-Man with 2 5-color lands. Mana Base's not great at casting removal spells by the looks, but starting town, I guess, does still do something. Opponent. Sacred Foundry untapped. And, alright, spider number 1. Well, let's play the land. We gotta kill this thing. We will discard, I think, just Hearth Elemental for now. Get a counter. Hit you for 4. Little worried that Land Cosmic Spider-Man could be a thing, or whatever it's called. Scion of the Ur Spider. Come down, hit you for 5, gain 5. That seems bad for us. Good for our opponent, if that happens. Hey, okay, this is just like all the spiders. Draws a Secluded Courtyard. And plays Secluded Courtyard on Hero. Who would have thought we'd be naming Hero with Cavern of Souls? And okay, this is just like all the flip Spider-Men in the same deck. And what do we got, a removal spell too after all this? And a hard-hitting question. All right. Well, that did not go great. I want to get down the Monument. I think we just have to play the land and pass the turd for now. This flips for 6. All right, another Cavern. And there's the Scion of the Ur Spiders. Well, okay. So Scion of the Ur Spiders. We will kill it. We will loot away Brass's Tunnel Grinder. All right. I mean, we will trade. This is fine. Kill it. Okay, so now we get to play an island, play the Monument to Endurance. Glacial Dragon Hunt. Discard the Sky Ray. Kill that thing. Draw a card. Okay, not dead yet. Not dead yet. Not another Cosmic Spider-Man. We don't have an answer for another Cosmic Spider-Man. Actually, now we're to the point of the game where all the backsides of these cards, that's why I think these cards are actually sneakily powerful, is their backsides are actually really good. They're fine in the early game, but then once you get to the late game, their backsides become very powerful. All right, here we go again. 2 more Spider-Man. Oh, they did not haste it. So if we cast this, and we whiff on, and we draw another land, we're super screwed. We can play a land, cast this from the graveyard. I guess that's better. But then our opponent's gonna get to draw off this. Yeah, I think we gotta do it though. Glacial Dragon Hunt. I think we gotta discard the Mako. So if they draw an untapped land, they can flip this, and it's pretty bad. I think we just kill this though. And draw a card. Oh, another land. Okay. Well, that's what we were afraid of. All right, so this gets to flip. And that is a huge problem. Yeah, that probably kills us. That is exactly what we needed not to happen. Opponent gets to pump it and draw a card. Well, we need a good draw here, not just another land deck. Oh, deck. All right, well, we are going to Glacial Dragon Hunt for minimal value. We're going to discard a land. Trigger the Monument. Draw a card. Play a Monument. Play the Lighthouse. I don't think it's enough, though. Man! All right, Spider Lord. Sure. Makes a food. Opponent, combat, 7. That land top deck too good. Opponent gonna pump it so they can draw a card. I mean, this thing does snowball once it goes attacking. We need Heartfire. We need a Hearth Elemental, I think. That would give us a shot. Man, we're running so poorly. Well, let's Glacial Dragon Hunt. We need a way to discard cards. Oh, magic gods. All right. Discard a land. Trigger the monuments. I don't think we can do it now. Draw a card. Make a treasure. Yeah, we can't do it. We need to draw it 1 turn earlier, and we could have drained them out. Broadside Barrage, too late. Oh. Deck! I mean, the deck feels good. We just top decked. Like, ah, man. Magic is a game of inches sometimes. The turn that mattered, our opponent top decked the untapped land to flip their thing, and then we drew our discard effects a turn too late. Like, if we had drawn a Brass's Tunnel Grinder or something to that effect last turn, we win the game pretty easily, but yeah. Magic. So what do we learn this week? About $60 15 rare Hobgoblin or Caminferric is a discard. And the answer to that is, I honestly don't know. So record-wise, it was early access day, so record really doesn't matter anyway, but we're slightly under 50% win rate. Although, I don't think this really matters at all because the meta of this event has been very, very weird. You probably noticed it during our matches. I played like 10-ish matches with this deck, and I believe every single one except one was either some version of someone playing a 5-color spider deck or some sort of like spider aggro deck or a mayhem deck. Those were the only decks that exist. I think we played Doomwake once, so it was playing like a Simic pile. But other than that, those were the only 2 decks. So we learned that this deck does good against Mayhem and like not great against aggro spiders, but I don't really know what that means for standard at large. I will say we did get to see Hobgoblin or Caminferric be really, really good. It's a really powerful effect to come down and close out the game, and we got to see some games where we did just kind of hit our opponent by like 15 by surprise out of nowhere with this card, and it felt really solid. The removal felt good. Captain Howler, it had some good games, but it might be a little bit too slow. The other card that's just so swingy in this matchup or in this meta is Monument to Endurance, which is like one of my all-time favorite cards from Ether Drift. It's just tough because I feel like Monument is very play draw dependent. We got to see some games where we get down a monument on the play and it just takes over the game and we run away with it. And then we get to see other games where we're on the draw and our opponent curves out like 1-drop, 2-drop, and we're like, we can't even take turn 3 to get this on the battlefield without dying. So it is very swingy, especially in a pretty aggro meta, but it is really, really good when it's good. But all around, I like the idea of the deck. It's super cheap to put together. It's fun to play. It's aggro. It deals a ton of damage. It draws lots of cards. It has some neat tricks. So I want to test it more in like the actual standard meta. But if you're looking for something cheap to mess around with, I think it's actually a pretty fun option for Spider-Man Standard. So anyway, that is Hobgoblin is at discard on a $60 15 rare budget. That's our budget magic for this week. Thanks for watching, everyone. I hope you all enjoyed it, and I will talk to you soon.